to my channel. Today I have your February message for all of the Geminis out in the collective. I'm so excited and glad to be back with all of your zodiac reads. And if you are new to my channel, welcome to Eileen Into Spirit. My name is Eileen Rouse. I am a psychic intuitive, a certified spiritual life coach, and a certified sound healing practitioner. And I am here to provide you with guidance, wisdom, and inspiration every other week right here on this channel. So without further ado, Gemini, let's go ahead and dive right into your message this month. So this month we are starting off with a change in the wind with Goddess Elen with patterns, okay, and manifestation. Okay, Gemini, here's kind of what I'm seeing for you here. I feel that right off the bat with patterns, I feel that you're needing to be more aware of the patterns that sort of happen in your life, okay? I do feel that in the past, you have experienced a lot of change and you're probably still in the midst of change. And you could be in the midst of change because you've been really wanting to manifest something grand, something more, and you're wanting to experience the joys of life, right? You're wanting more for yourself. But here's the thing. I feel that ultimately, whenever change sort of occurs or when things sort of happen in your life, I don't really think that you're really aware of the patterns that sort of happen. And I feel that this is why Spirit is really wanting you to be more aware of those patterns. So understand that patterns reveal themselves to us because we have to sort of these patterns happen because it's how we become aware, right? Those patterns often lead to positive expectations and experiences, right? So understand that whenever change occurs, right? If we look at that change as a pessimistic way, if we look at it as, oh man, how can we view that experience and find the patterns? Was there another experience that you had that was very similar to the current experience that you've had, right? Like, what are the patterns? Understanding that developing those positive habits, recognizing the patterns when they happen, will ultimately provide you with so much clarity and so much insight. Now, I want to point out that the one thing I know about a change in the wind is that, again, and here's what I want to point out, because I look very closely at numbers here, Gemini. I see 12 and 12. So 12 could be a very significant number for you. And you're going to want to look up the angel number for 12. Now, 12 reduces to a 3. Okay, and 3 is really about creativity. It's about creation. And the one thing that you definitely need when it comes to manifesting is creativity and creation. Manifestation is really about creating the life that you are wanting. And the one thing about this card is that it wants you to know, first and foremost, that you are a part of the universe, that you are connected to everything around you, and that when you can understand that you are connected to everything around you and that you are a part of the universe, then you will attract what you give your focus to. Now, I don't know why this is, but I feel like the first 3 signs that I did sort of have a very similar message. And so if you have Aries or if you have Taurus in your chart anywhere, you're going to want to look at those two, those videos as well, because I feel like you'll get a much more full rounded view of what your message this month is. So going back to the manifestation here, Gemini, understanding that whatever you focus upon, you are actually bringing upon. So understand that I feel that currently what's going on in your life right now is that everything is sort of like changed for you, right? And I feel like you're needing to really look at all of these changes. What is the significant pattern in the changes, right? Because I think that once you can see that, once you can recognize the patterns of why things, of all of the changes that have taken place in your life within the past year, understand that those changes are happening because your manifestation is coming in. So this is the first and foremost important thing. Understand that the changes you are going through are occurring because your manifestations are coming in. You've been focusing really hard on something that you have been desiring here, Gemini, and it's about to take shape and it's about to take form. But in order to do that, things have to sort of be swept up, right? All of the stuff has to be cleared out in order for new creativity and new creation to take form. So let's go ahead and dive into your tarot and see what else we have for you here, Gemini. So right off the bat, we have, ooh, look at this, a 10 of Cups. Okay, so maybe some of you have been wanting a family, right? You're wanting to feel more loved, supported. Maybe you've been wanting to be more fulfilled in things that you are passionate about. You know, one thing with this 10 of Cups, I really view it as spiritual and emotional fulfillment, getting your heart's desire. And I just said the changes that you are experiencing are happening because your manifestation is coming in. And this, you're about to be very fulfilled. You are about to be presented with a gift from the universe, from spirit, that you ultimately will need to sort of ground in the physical. The Page of Pentacles is really about being practical, right? So whatever occurs for you this month here, Gemini, be very practical about it. Recognize that the more that you continue to focus on your vision and on your dreams, the more you will be able to have that. You now have the 10 of Pentacles. I love this. Okay. So not only do you have the 10 of Cups, but you also have the 10 of Pentacles. So this is about, you know, building upon a legacy, and it's about building this wealth and all of this, you know, having everything that your heart could possibly desire. We now have the 3 of Swords. So I really feel that I feel like you've experienced a lot of heartache here. And I feel that the reason why you are now sort of, this is the reason why you're sort of having all of this, you know, change that's occurring, because now there's sort of like this fire that's been lit up in you deep inside here, Gemini. And this sense of inspiration and passion has sort of driven you to a point that you're now willing to do the work of healing. And I want to point out that this 3 of Swords truly signifies the pain that you have experienced at the hand of all of the change that has happened. And the pain is where the patterns lie. Okay. I really feel that is where they lie. Swords also represents our fears and it represents our thoughts, right? So it's important for you to recognize that you protect yourself, that you are very mindful. And I want to point out that 2023 is a 7-year. So wait, yeah, it's a 7-year. So it's really about sort of evaluating, right? Sort of reflecting on the areas of our life that need to change and how things need to change in order for us to truly wager or withdraw from things that we know are not going to be fulfilling us. Now, I feel that as your center card being the 10 of Pentacles here, I do feel that, you know, you're going to be put in a position here this month, Gemini, where you're going to be able to share your wealth and your knowledge, your resources with other individuals. And I feel that this is going to fulfill you, but you have to be practical about it. Okay. And I feel that it's important for you to recognize the patterns in how you often get triggered or how you often get hurt or how you often get manipulated, right? You're needing to be aware of this and you're needing to really protect yourself. I just kind of feel like, you know, if someone is going to try to sabotage you in some way, they're not really going to be successful, because I really do feel that you're going to be, you're moving on an entirely new path. I'm really surprised that the Wheel of Fortune didn't pop up, but we have another deck here that we're going to add additional cards for here. So let's go ahead and see what else comes up for you here, Gemini. Ultimately, I just want to point out that you're going to be, February is a really good month for you. I feel that you're going to be very inspired. You're moving beyond all of the things that have sort of kept you stuck in an old pattern. It's almost like you're being released from a cycle here. We have the Hierophant here, which is about bigger learning, right? It's about spiritual learning, and it's about understanding the rules. I like the one thing that I just heard in my head here, Gemini, is the universal laws, right? I feel it's important for you to understand the universal laws, especially since we have manifestation right at the forefront. Again, we have the 10 of emotions. You are going to be so loved this month. This could be that you're going to sort of be recognized for something here. And I want to point out that people are really, you're going to feel very loved, very supported, very nurtured. Okay. We now have the 9 of Voices, which is about the fears. Okay. I feel if you have a fear of being supported or being able to be stable, like financially, I feel this is something you're needing to let go here. Again, recognize the patterns when it comes to any fears that you have in relation to lack. Okay, this is something you're needing to really evaluate. We now have the Ace of Swords, and it's about new beginnings in truth, right? Okay, so again, I feel like ultimately what this is saying is that, and then you have the 9 of Cups. So this is a wish fulfillment. Okay. With the Magician on the back. Okay, Gemini, let me make this very simple for you, because I feel this isn't as complicated as you might think it is. I feel that this month, what Spirit is really wanting you to understand is that the change that you have experienced up until this point, and don't get me wrong, there is more change coming down the pipeline. I want you to be aware of any patterns that feel toxic to you, whether this is in people, this is in situations, this is in thoughts, whatever it is, you need to be aware of those toxic patterns, because those patterns are really what's preventing you from seeing how your manifestation is coming in, how your gifts and how your blessings are coming in. And I want to point out here that I feel that you've gotten to this point where you've really learned a lot about who you are, and you've learned a lot about the universal laws and how things sort of play out. But I feel like you've prevented yourself from feeling really loved and supported and fulfilled, because you're so busy trying to look at the things that didn't work out or that didn't transpire, right? I don't feel like you're really focusing on the patterns. Understanding that the patterns really come into play in our body, in our mind, and in our spirit. And those are the things that we're needing to sort of bring to our awareness or bring to the forefront here, right? I want you to point out that whatever changes occur, they're happening because your manifestation is coming in. This is a wish fulfillment for you, okay? Above all else, this is a wish fulfillment. You've created this. You have harnessed your ability to be the master creator, to design and create the life that you are wanting. And in order for that to happen, things have to change. There are certain things that don't fall into alignment with what you are desiring and what you're wanting. And I feel this is what you're needing to embrace. I think above all else, you just need to really protect yourself. Own who you are. Stand in your power. Be grateful and appreciative for the experiences that you have had and that you are having. Because those experiences are leading you towards a better tomorrow. So Gemini, this is your message. This is going to be a really great month for you. Again, pay close attention to the patterns. So Gemini, this is your message. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time with your new message. Namaste, guys.